Well, here she comes. This is a 1972 Jimmy, and I'm going to do a full restoration on this. Get it back looking like it came out of the factory. Sam Wilson here, Sam's Antique Motors with the Resto-Rat. Well, we're starting out on a new project today. This is a 1972 GMC Jimmy. Now, I have a 70 GMC Jimmy, and this is a 72, so the first and the last. This one is a relative survivor. It's not been cut and chopped, and everything is pretty much original. We got a matching numbers motor for it, and we're going to do a frame off, take every nut and bolt out, and put it back as close to original as we can get it. So if you want to watch throughout the build process, be sure to like and subscribe. And we're going to do a little walk around today just so we can document what the project starts out with. So hope to have you along. Let's get started. The SPID on this vehicle is pretty well preserved, and it calls out some pretty cool things. The front and wheel locking, hubs. It definitely has a turbo hydromatic automatic transmission. It's got the very important AM push button radio. It was a medium olive poly, which we're going to put it back in that same paint scheme with a heavy duty auxiliary. It had factory 4-season air, posi-track rear end, and a 350 cubic inch V8. Chrome hubcaps, the comfort tilt steering. It did come with a cigarette lighter and a front and rear chrome bumpers with parchment trim and the removable white top. My other Jimmy came with a black top. So it's a pretty nice looking SPID, and like I say, it's pretty well preserved. It's got you know, all the original stuff in it still, and still sports the original floor mats. So we'll have to source up some new floor mats. There's no real apparent rust. We do have some issues with this top. We've got splits on all four corners where they join the sides, and the hatch is in pretty bad shape. But the rocker panels appear to be in pretty good shape. Don't have any rust there. And let's see if I can get this seat up. That's some of the seat belts. We don't have the rear seat belts, but the top on the inside looks pretty good. We got a couple of little cracks, but original sun visors look like they're intact. And the door panels are here. The door panels roll up. Of course, we'll go through and replace all the rubber and everything that goes along with it. All the door components are there. This driver's side, passenger side door appears to be in pretty good shape. The obligatory 3 or 4 sets of mirrors have been added over the years. It does have these plastic blue locking hubs, which is I think kind of rare to find, and it's got a really nice bumper on the front. We're going to take this off. It's a little overpowering for this vehicle, but it is a really nice custom bumper. Inside the hood, it also looks pretty good. It's got power disc brakes, which came on them in 72. Original water bottles. Hood was originally painted with this medium olive green inside the hood. Factory air, as I mentioned. You know, the 72 was the start of the smog anti-pollution stuff. So down in here is the smog canister, vacuum canister, and it's got the original air cleaner. It's pretty amazing that this has got the original heat riser tube in here, and all the brackets and stuff are correct. The oil riser tube, all that stuff, I believe, is original wiring. A couple of things to note here is that this thing still even has the grease pencil mark on the firewall, so we'll document that and put that back on there. It also has a really nice, I don't know if you can see it, a really nice obligatory run across the firewall, which came from the factory. This truck has its original paint job, so got the Harrison sticker on it. Good radiator, so we'll take that out and get it re-cored. The grill is remarkably nice. This is I thought these were aluminum grills, but when I got to looking at this, this is actually a steel grill. It's magnetic, so it's not a stainless, but it's still steel. And all of this, the chrome is, I mean, this may can just be cleaned up, but the chrome on it is really nice. This eyebrow looks good. This other eyebrow over here has got a little bit of a hickey right in the side of it. I think we can probably tap that out and have it re-chromed, but all of that stuff looks pretty good. All the hood bumpers are there, and the lines on this thing are pretty tight. Again, we know this truck hadn't been wrecked, and you know, this is pretty consistent in here. Hood hinges are just a little bit worn because they popped up a little bit. These are the original badges. Unfortunately, this is just worn where the Jimmy is completely gone. Aside from a bullet hole in the door, this all has pretty good gaps, which is pretty remarkable for this kind of a truck. The doors on these trucks, I don't know if you can see it, the doors on these trucks, this leading edge of this door is supposed to fade in a little bit. They turn those in order to stop the whistling from road noise. This other side, on the passenger side, hood again has a really nice line up, just a little bit of bounce on the hinge, but these gaps are even tighter. This is pretty close to what it should be. These are all really nice gaps on this, and the door gaps are pretty close. We'll have to do a little bit of corrective work to get this, you know, nice and straight, but it's all good. And we've got an add-on rear bumper. We'll fix that. This did have the white GMC inset letters, and we'll get that corrected, put back on. It's got the strip across here, which a lot of times is missing for the top, and the rear seat has been converted to a folding seat, so we'll have to go find some brackets. We're missing 2 brackets, and we'll put that seat back the way it was. The only real issue on the top is, as is often the case, this hatch is just really destroyed, and the locking mechanism is jacked up, so we'll have to see about fixing that. But other than that, it's pretty straight. There's the only rust that I can see at this point is just a little bit of rust through right here. Rockers are definitely solid. There's a small dent right here, which is going to be easy to once we get the tub out, that'll be easy to tap out. There was a dent back here, but we spent about an hour just to see if we could get it out, and I think we got this one back out more or less where it needs to be. Once we get the wheel off, we'll do a little bit more work, but it's a pretty nice specimen of a truck, and we're going to go back with it just as original as we can. Unfortunately, someone sprayed Bedliner in here, so it may be a little bit of effort to get the Bedliner off, but we'll get the Bedliner out one way or the other, and we'll put it back the way it was. And looking forward to getting started on it. I think it'll be about an 800-hour build. Put it back as originally as we can, and it'll be a super nice truck when we get done. So we're about ready to get started on it and start taking it apart. Stay tuned. Well, it's kind of peeling up. These rubber sheets, they just kind of scuffed it. We'll put it down, and the good thing is it's really preserved all the underside of this. They scuffed the bottom better than they did the sides. It'll come up. Okay, motor's out. Note to self, always remove the 2 hardest to get to, impossible to see bolts first. And that goes for the motor mounts as well, for the 2 bolts underneath the motor mount that can't be seen after you take out the 3 motor mount bolts that are already in there. So with that, we've got this baby just about completely taken down except for the dash, and it's about time to start working on getting the body off.
Download the Resto-Rat app today to begin managing, tracking, and documenting your restoration project.